Amazing audience, we are live from the clock. It says 10:39. We are currently in New Jersey by an amazing friend who I've only seen virtually, and now for the first time I'm seeing physically. And there is a value in seeing someone physically. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Karen Auld. Karen, great pleasure to connect with you.
You too.
Shake hands.
We hugged earlier, so it's okay.
Karen, you were on the podcast, and then we get to meet face to face, which is fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm speaking a bit slow because it's late. But no, let's do this. So Karen, do tell us.
Yes.
What's up? What's the latest? What's the update from the last time we spoke? What are you doing now? How are things changed?
Wow. Well, a lot's changed. I had a lot of loss since the podcast, which has helped me just process a lot, but it's also helped me with my story, because I think a lot of what I do with coaching it revolves around my dad, and I think there was a part of me that didn't want to share his story because he was still physically with us, But now it's almost, as much as I miss him, it's freeing to share his story, because that's really my story, So, and that led to me doing my first TEDx talk. Yeah, which was huge, and so it's been like, it's crazy because there's been so much sadness, but so much has opened up from dealing with that sadness. Yeah.
Oh, we got to hear the TEDx talk. Yeah, felt really well. It was better than there's 4DX cinema now.
No.
Yeah, you're in the cinema and water sprays up, the seat shakes, so you get that live experience. But what we experienced, Amanda, Ryan, and myself, was really amazing. Right at this table here, of course, with Bill being the cue card,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Yeah, Bill did an amazing job there. One of the fascinating things is I was having a conversation with someone. And we were talking about sometimes in life we get to put things in, and it's always our instant thing, like I can put things in. But sometimes things can be taken out. And with your scenario, your father was that person who was taken away. I mean, dive a bit deeper into that experience, because there are many people who have lost their significant other or their parents. I mean, share with them what that feels like.
For me, I was always in a role within my family of, just kind of the glue, and kind of the peacekeeper, and just keeping everybody together. So, and with my dad, I was just a lot of his caretaking. He had he had an anxiety disorder, and he needed people, and I did a lot of calming him through his anxiety as well. So it's very odd for me because that role is gone, and sometimes I miss that role. It's fun. I'm going away this weekend, and I was driving home today, and I said, "Oh, I gotta see if my dad needs me to pick up anything."
Wow.
I was like, oof, So things like that happen, but, there is definitely a part of me that's opened up because that role is no longer there. And again, there's sadness that comes because that role's not there, but it's also freeing that role's not there. And that's, I have to balance that energy, because sometimes I feel guilty that role's not there, and I may feel a sense of relief that role's not there. You know what I mean? But so yeah,
it brings us into the self-love.
Yeah.
model.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And for me, like, I know self-care is just so important. And, you know, it was something that I always tried to teach my dad to do. But he just wasn't, like, for him, going deep and going into, like, his own self-care, I think brought in a lot of old hurts.
Yeah.
And he just couldn't deal with that kind of stuff. So, so I have, but it's like I have more time for self-care, and it's a different, it's odd.
Yeah. And doesn't busy play? Isn't busy like the anti self-care?
Oh yeah, I believe that. I mean, is a big part of my TED Talk. You know, I believe that our culture is just addicted to being busy. You know, just we overschedule ourselves, we overschedule our kids, we overschedule at work because people just feel like if I'm doing, I must be achieving. But is it really, like, what are you really achieving? And I think when you pause and you take a look at that, sometimes you realize, what is all this for?
What is it worth?
Yeah.
Do you have regrets? So we cover your own. I know Karen so much now that the conversation is challenging to have, right? And not go too deep into any one part. Where's the best place for someone to connect with you if they've already resonated with what you've shared here?
I play a lot on Facebook, so if you look me up on Facebook, it's Karen C. Auld, AULD, and but my website is just KarenAuld.com. They can find me there too.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Reach out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely reach out. So we cover your own unique real shoes and your own unique real struggle, and that's basically what you just shared there. Yeah, your struggle with your father.
Yeah.
And then you went directly into the other part, right? In terms of how you have overcome that, right? Then you went into how is it worth it, right?
Yeah.
It's like you are running my show here, right? Which is good. Do you have any regrets? Over the last 3 years, do you regret the decisions that you have made that have brought you to this place?
I don't think so. I mean, you know, my mom died suddenly. She died 14 months before my dad. And, you know, I sometimes regret, like, she was really struggling before she died. And again, like, hindsight, I realized that, like, she was very grumpy, you know, but she must have kind of sensed that something was going on. And, you know, I mean, maybe I wish I had a little more grace with her, but I know in my heart and my soul, you know, that, like, you know, she lived with me and my husband, like, you know, we had a great time together. So even that little, like, I wish things were maybe a little different before she passed away, but it wasn't like we were, like, you know, fighting, you know what I mean? Like, I just wish maybe, you know, when people age, you know, I had to, both my parents, I had to be, like, my role changed, you know, from being the daughter to the caretaker for both of them. So, I know, I learned a lot through that. So maybe, you know, I wish I would have had a little bit more grace, but as a regret, you know, and something that's, you know,
icky.
Yeah, I don't feel that way. No,
Yeah.
No. I think I process, you know, part of what I teach and what I believe in with self-care is we've got to process. We've got to pause, we got to process. Like, when something even feels a little icky, you got to sit and you got to say, why does it feel icky? And then when you can process it and let it go, then there's no regret.
It's the power of silence. Like, what do I say there? What do I say there? In closing, when you heard that this guy from the Caribbean was coming to meet you, what did you think?
Well, I was excited. I mean, there's a power of the internet, and I am thankful for the connections that the World Wide Web can bring, and how fast we can Google things and learn things, because of this structure, right? But nothing beats this.
Yeah, I love it. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else, Karen Auld, Karen C. Auld, you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Let's see. I just want to share, I think give yourself time to pause, give yourself, time to know yourself, and whatever goals, objectives, whatever things you want. Once you know yourself, it makes it a lot easier, and you'll get there.
Love it. Karen C. Auld, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12 Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you.
You're welcome.